At that moment, my foot was stepped on. The next second, Huigu swung a punch straight at my cheek. Although I pulled back in time, a cut still appeared across my face. Immediately, the wound filled with poison. Turns out Huigu's nails were coated with deadly venom. It's called phantom re-red. In just 1 minute, the poison will invade the whole body. Even gods couldn't save me then. The only way to get the antidote is to join their organization. Otherwise, just die. I had no choice. I spoke into the mark space. King of apothecaries, Volanta. Can you tell me how to detoxify later? Hearing his definite reply, I no longer worried about the poison. Now, the strongest ancestor in this world resides within me. Every profession, he's reached the peak. So for me, there's no reason to fear at all. Huigu saw my calm expression, without the slightest fear of death, and was furious. I'll show you true terror. This poison will make you beg for death. I sidestepped. The tree behind me instantly withered. Under my flurry of combos, Huigu was forced back step by step. Driven to desperation, he clasped unleashing his ultimate move at me. But it was useless. I easily broke through his attack. Then with a roar, I struck him with dragon claws, relentlessly attacking. I ripped him up from the ground and hurled him skyward. Huigu was thrown high into the air. I raised my finger. Energy gathered at the tip. It hummed like a pipa. Spirit magic. Go die! Huigu couldn't believe it. Why? Why doesn't my poison affect him at all? A dazzling light burst forth in the palace. All the spirits witnessed this miraculous scene. Did you all see? This kid, just by being possessed actually learned our skills. So this is the power of the void. Unbelievable. If he's trained well and masters all our abilities, he'll reach a height humanity has never seen. Can you believe it? The once shy king of apothecaries, after possessing my body, let out a lewd laugh, gesturing crudely below. A group of men in black dashed across the city sky. Move fast! Finish before Qianyuan arrives. The organization had already begun. We couldn't fall behind. Hello there! Suddenly Qianyuan appeared behind them. You're the last batch. He flicked his finger. Thunk, a skull crack. The leader met his end in terror. After finishing, Qianyuan quickly called to ask Lin about his side. Lin had just reached the sky above my house, only to find he was too late. That S-rank awakener had already been dealt with. Qianyuan also arrived at my home, relieved to see me unharmed. He hurriedly asked if anyone was poisoned. He could help detoxify. But it was already fine. My mother was safe and sound, resting on the sofa. But inside the space, Li Yilang grumbled, how was it fine? If not for Volanta mixing the antidote in time, both of them would have been finished. Turns out after defeating the enemy, Volanta possessed my body and extracted serum from Huigu. Seeing everything resolved, Qianyuan quickly apologized. Turns out the video of my fight with Qianyuan earlier was and many organizations targeted me. That's why he was late. He'd been handling those groups, and this S-rank awakener on the ground was never his companion at all. He just wanted to use Qianyuan's name as an excuse to take me away. At that moment, Lin suddenly appeared, saying the mission was already complete. The buildings destroyed during the earlier battle had already been restored to their original state. Then let's go inside and talk about serious matters. As for your future choices, I don't agree. That's far too dangerous. Qianyuan was persuading my mother to let me become his companion and to train with him. But I was thrilled beyond words. To become the companion of the strongest awakened meant I was one step closer to my dream. Since childhood, I had worked for this. No matter how badly I was hurt, I can't guarantee his absolute safety. But you also want to see how strong he becomes, don't you? To reach heights no less than a hero and fulfill his dream. After much persuasion, my mother finally agreed. The next day, I set off with my luggage. Mom, I'm leaving. Take care of yourself. Remember to come back for New Year. Suddenly, a wave of reluctance surged in my heart. Tears nearly burst from my eyes. Yet, when I opened the lunchbox Mom had made for me on the bus, I could no longer hold back. Tears poured out. I stayed silent the whole way. Soon we arrived deep in the mountains. We're here. This was a government-recognized Awakeners Corps, the Prophecy Organization. I looked at the buildings before me in awe. And at that moment, from the second-floor window down, noticing another newcomer inside the room, 5 people were gathered. Each seemed to have their own thoughts about the newcomer. 2 women showed indifference. The blonde-haired one seemed happy to have a new companion, but the red-haired man walked to the window. A companion, then let me see for myself whether he's qualified. During the awakening test, I cheated using a heroic spirit's possession, but I still won the approval of Qianyuan. He invited me to be his companion and brought me here, to the prophecy. Carrying my luggage, I was stunned by the base. Just then, a figure suddenly appeared in midair. Take this. Not bad. You managed to take my attack head on. Seems you might be interesting after all. After speaking, he leapt back and landed steadily. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yan Tairang. I'm a member of the prophecy organization. And we're in the same batch. I stared at him, dumbfounded. Qianyuan stood to the side, enjoying the scene before him. The next second, Yan Tairang rushed at me again. By the way, what did you mean by same batch just now? You still don't know? Then I'll explain while we fight. First, about the origins of the Prophecy Corps. You're seriously going to explain while fighting? Isn't that great? Saves time. By the way, what's your name? Shenji Manman? All right then, Manman, let me tell you. Do you know the work of Awakeners? Isn't it just to eliminate monsters that come out of spatial rifts? Correct. But do you know what else? The Great Chaos of Wanmo Palace 10 years ago. The Kyushu catastrophe 5 years ago. Do you know the cause? Weren't they caused by massive rifts? That's the reason you're taught at the academy. But that's only the official explanation. The truth is hidden. The truth is, all of these were invasion attempts from the first dimension. Hundreds of years ago, the Demon Tower suddenly appeared. That was the first dimension's first invasion. And to this day, the ones behind it keep testing our world. The reason is still unknown. But nowadays, Awakeners are much weaker than those in the Tower era. Powers rivaling our ancestors are extremely rare. In order to resist the first dimension's invasion, the prophecy unit was formed. Those with the power of foresight. Whenever they detect a coming disaster, the chosen ones must step forward to resolve the crisis. And we are the chosen ones. From today onward, you too are one of us. To block my flying kick head on. Hong Qizhong, you're the first. Welcome to the prophecy unit. And just like that, after a sudden battle, I gained his acknowledgement. The others who joined at the same time as me were standing on the rooftop, watching what had just happened. But the next second, they suddenly vanished. It seems they won't accept you unless they test you themselves. That night, I sat on my bed, thinking about Yantaro's words. Can I really defeat the mastermind of the first dimension? A wave of unease filled my heart. Don't overthink it. The spirit suddenly appeared before me. All you can do now is keep getting stronger. We've agreed to raise you into humanity's strongest awakened one. Whether it's Chen Yuan or us first-generation awakened ones, none of us have the qualifications to become the strongest. But you do, as disciples of all the first awakened ones. Can you believe it? 106 heroic spirits all want to take you as their student. To train you into humanity's strongest awakened one. I was stunned. Before, they only wanted my body. But now, why did they all change their minds? Because your body is only one. To claim it, we'd have to destroy one another. And no one can guarantee they'd survive that chaos. But after seeing your fight with SG Lone you could actually use each of our ultimate skills. Though your precision and control were lacking. The basics had already taken shape. Whether it's due to the void mark or not, one thing is certain. Your gift of absorption is stronger than anyone else's. That's why we changed our minds. Training you is far more interesting than fighting over your body. Words, tears unknowingly streamed down my face. For 3 years, I was treated as useless trash without talent. No one ever had hopes for me. There was only bullying and ridicule. Not even my name was remembered. I thought I had no future. But first, Qian Yuan acknowledged my strength. And now, the first-generation heroes say I can become the strongest. Is that really possible? In my life, can such happiness really happen? The seniors I admired so much now have such high expectations. Years of humiliation burst out as tears like a spring. I became the disciple of the first awakened ones. From Li Yilang, I learned, inside my void mark, time and space become blurred. Especially when I'm asleep. I can use space-time more freely than in reality. I must train even while sleeping. 100 hours of training within the void mark. My true training has begun. Please guide me, teachers. The next morning, I ran into Yantaro while washing up. Seeing how tired I looked, he teased. Didn't sleep well last night? But when he looked closely at me, he was shocked to find my aura had changed. Magic power was swirling around me. The next second, Yantaro lunged with a flying slightly and dodged with ease. I'm hungry. I'll head to the cafeteria first, I said, leaving, and walked away. Yantaro was left baffled. His kick had been faster than yesterday's, yet I dodged it even more easily. At the prophecy cafeteria, Yantaro sat me across from a long-haired girl. When I saw her face clearly, I realized she was one of those who watched from the rooftop yesterday. She didn't seem very friendly. She ignored my introduction. One of the spectators. That person seems unfriendly toward me. He ignored my self-introduction. Newcomer, I have no intention of remembering your name. If I acknowledge you, then naturally I'll call you by name. Now I've received a prophecy mission. If you have the guts, follow me. In the vast river of history, humans unexpectedly discovered an ancient prophetic text called the Book of Destruction. Was the earliest prophecy book ever found by humanity. Though its notes appear immature, it recorded in detail the disasters of the next 80 years. Major catastrophes the world would face. Each prophecy, if true, would bring devastating destruction to the world. In 1945, when humans ventured deep into Antarctica, 3,000 meters beneath the thick ice, this mysterious book came to light again. When explorer Barnard Russell opened it, the very first line appeared before his eyes. Hello, Barnard. March 17, 1945, 11:35. Clear skies. Explorer Barnard discovers the Book of Destruction. This discovery shocked the world. Humanity chose to believe in its prophecies. The far side of the moon. Cosmic drama. Aggressive pathogens. Each prophecy was like the sword of Damocles hanging over humanity's head. To prevent these disasters, humanity formed a special prophecy collecting and analyzing every clue. The disasters in the book were divided into 4 levels. Level 3, destruction in one or more regions. Level 2, large-scale disaster across a nation or continent. Changes. Special level, confirmed world-ending extinction events, specifically those from the Book of Destruction. At the long-haired girl's invitation, I joined this prophecy mission with Yantaro. Our 3-person squad quickly reached the site. In the middle of the street, a crack, a medium-sized spatial rift. The 3 of us headed straight for the rift. Seeing us approach, Keisha hurried to warn. It's dangerous here. Ordinary people, leave immediately. Today's prophecy is level 3. The spatial rift is medium-sized, estimated at grade B. According to the level 3 text, the yellow verses, the rift will only keep growing. The very next second, it really expanded greatly. Several crisis-level werewolves emerged. Keisha immediately took a battle stance and threw a punch toward their direction. But there were too many of them. Even with many awakeners present, they were overwhelmed. Only Keisha was left, struggling from the rift. An even more terrifying aura emerged. Just as Keisha was troubled by this, she saw us.